Hi guys to everyone. It's Ada from Poison Rock, and we give a welcome back to Alexander. Everyone knows you. Hi, how are you?
That's good.
Yeah. So we are here to talk about, of course, the release has been out. I was going, first of all, the release.
It's going really well. A lot of people think, or at least a lot of people have come and told me that they think it's the best stuff that Ethereal team's put out, and
Yeah.
I would agree.
Yeah.
Um, I like some of the old songs like quite a bit, but I think this is just a super strong release on
Yeah.
um every level, I guess. I mean, I
Yeah,
I think the other ones are too, I guess, for the time that they were written and whatever,
yeah,
but
of course.
I like them all, but a lot of people say this is the best stuff that we put out. So
Yeah, but of course, like I said as well, the you put yesterday you put it in a tape. That's been the lastest completely released was on tape as well.
hmm
That's super cool as
yeah,
well.
I just got
Yeah.
I just got the tapes in. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, so people can get the tape at your live show. That is the main goal of our talk today. But as what I think on Bandcamp, right?
it's on Bandcamp. So it's funny enough, the show that we did the other day, I forgot the tapes.
What?
Uh, so
You were too
I'm
busy to
just
go
sitting
to.
on I'm just sitting on a bunch of them. A lot of people wanted tapes, and
Yeah, of
I
course.
just forgot them. But we had just got off the plane, like,
Yeah, yeah, because
and 45 minutes before loading.
yeah, of course, because as well, like you have a lot of material that you recorded, that you put out. You play a lot of on everywhere, all the weirdest places in the entire world you find, because people maybe that I think maybe they saw you on social media, but if they don't go and follow Ethereal Tomb, because I said that to everyone all the time, it's on your profile. So just you played in a church. I mean, it was the first, it was an important live show because it was a in memory of your one of your friend.
Mhm.
And but how the church, I mean, but because of course even the meaning behind it was really important.
Yeah. Well, the show that we played, what do you call it? For our most recent record release, before the US tour, was also in a church.
You have a passion for the church. Hi Crowley, how are you?
It just didn't look that much like a church because it was in the
Yeah.
basement, just brick walls.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but that was also in a church. But this one was like
Like the real church.
very, I don't want to say it's not cathedral-esque because it's not nearly big enough, but
Kind of.
the ceilings were high as hell, and there's a massive cross hanging from the ceiling, and there's like pews for people to like sit in up top. Like
Yeah, I'm
it was
praying.
fucking crazy.
Yeah, and I mean,
Like I was standing on stage and I was like, what the fuck? Like
yeah,
I knew like what it was gonna look like, but then I see people lined up in the pews and I was like, I feel like a cult leader.
yeah, like, hi, I'm Father Alex. From now on, I'm a Father Alex from Ethereal Tomb. Here
Yeah.
you're blessed. You can go home. I mean, but of course, I mean, how did it go, this live show? Because of course it was kind of a fundraiser, something like that, to help people, kind of.
hmm Yeah, it was also a fundraiser, yeah.
Yeah,
Um, so our friend who passed away back in October,
yeah.
um his name is Alex, and him and his family are Anishinaabe, which is like a indigenous nation from
Yeah.
our area,
Okay.
and so we wanted to do a memorial show. We wanted to do a memorial show, and we just were so busy and like didn't have the time to do it to the capacity that we wanted to
Yeah.
for a while. So we just waited until like we had enough time and
Okay.
respect to give that event
Yeah.
what we wanted it to have.
Yeah, I got it.
So the availability came around like July 1st, which in Canada is Canada Day. So I was
It's
like,
kind of, yeah,
this
kind
is
of,
perfect.
yeah, it's made on purpose. Like, what the fuck do we care about that day? Like
Yeah,
tomorrow.
exactly.
Like, yeah.
I was like, this is perfect. So, yeah, we like asked a couple bands that I trust in the scene
Yeah.
to share the stage with us, and two of my bands played, and Adrian, who's the singer of To the Bone, one of my other bands, like Alex was one of his best friends,
Yeah.
and so it was very special and very, very important for him. And Alex's family flew in from, like, because they're from up, like, way up north, and so they flew in and came to the show, and it was really special.
Yeah, because of course, seeing all of these, let's say, beautiful chaos, because it wasn't a bad chaos, it was a beautiful chaos messed up. I think you really can kind of give, not just not say justice, but this is a beautiful thing that you did for him and as well for the family. Because when they say, when they see something like that for their son, they say they remember how, look, this is how our son is remembered by his friends, you know. That I can relate to that. My ex-best friend passed away long ago now. We did the same things too, you know, like huge memorial. There was his family. It was tough, but it was beautiful because the family remembered, and still today, after 15 years, you know, there is this thing of reminding. It's always someone to stay here, no matter what, or in the skin if you don't want to choose this person.
That's what Adrian sent me a screenshot yesterday of Alex's mom saying exactly that to him. So
yeah, it's a beautiful, yeah,
pretty special.
Yeah, and and he deserved what you did, for all of you did for him, because all of you being there is amazing. And that's one thing that I want to like as well, to point of Ethereal Tomb as a core, that no matter how much chaos you do, how the song could for anyone in the music scene could sound raw, there is a soul in your live show. There is, it's, let's make a chaos, but there is, like, it's a chaos for the right reason. Could be for remembering a friend, could be for having fun, could be for defending the right of a nation. That's something that I like about Ethereal Tunes, and that there is in your live show. So having a band like you in Europe that can spread and talk, because this can bring a little bit of as well of awareness. It's not only for having fun, it's as well for a cultural thing.
Yeah.
You know, you witness that, you live that. And having in Europe means that you can talk as well for all the people that had your ancestor before you. So
I never necessarily like have the idea that, like, and I'm not saying this is what you're saying, but like I never have the idea that like a live show or anything is going to be like preachy, I guess. Like I just let everything stand for itself, because it stands, like, for anyone that you would show stuff to, it stands strong enough for itself that it shouldn't need convincing. So that's usually the approach that I take. So yeah, like if you're a person that is presented with at least the ideas that Ethereal Tomb convince. Sorry, my cat is.
It's okay. We won't have a guest. We need a guest sometimes. Hello, hi.
You gotta stop doing it. If someone is like presented with the ideas that I'm conveying and takes the time to look further into it and is still not receptive to it, like, that person's not worth my time, you know? Like, so I'm not going to put that amount of effort into any individual person, because they're just going to be like, they're fucked and they're going to be fucked. So it's just like, that's how it is.
It's like they have, oh, hi, bye. They have a wall and in their mind, you know, that's their thought and whatever. Yeah.
And I was, because so on Canada Day, we were sitting in the airport, like trying to come back from a festival, and was just sitting on my phone and I just saw so much like Ethereal Tomb stuff of people being like, fuck Canada Day, like listen to Ethereal Tomb or like things like that. And I was like, how I actually want to know, like, if there's no way to know, but I was like, there's a tangible way to know how much of an impact Ethereal Tomb has had on, like, say, even just the local community around us, like Southern Ontario music scene, I guess. It'd be interesting to see.
In 2 years, you grew up a lot since then. You can see by yourself.
Yeah, it's fucking
it's
crazy.
insane. You did a whole United States tour. How was that? Because when people think about some live of Ethereal Tomb, they can say, "Oh, this guy are arriving from Canada and Europe? Maybe they are, like the fancy American band. They want to have, I don't know, a huge bus just to sit at
No,
the yeah.
We do experience this. Yeah, where like people. Like honestly, there's a good amount of people that when we meet them on the road, like are very standoffish against Ethereal Tomb. Are very standoffish against Ethereal Tomb, and I never really know why. There could be multiple reasons I could theorize, but we just show up, no ego, like ready to play, ready to just be nice to whoever. And when they see that, they're like, oh, shit. Like, okay, like, and then they drop the guard and they come be nice to us. And like, it's weird. Like, it's definitely not something that it's not just all in my head, because people that play in Ethereal Tomb and people that have played in Ethereal Tomb have noticed that and even brought it up to me. And I'm like, yeah, I never truly know why, but I definitely think a small part of it could be the fact that I think people expect us to be kind of snobby.
Yeah, but there's no point, because even if you take a look to your social, your way of talking with interviews and people and communicate throughout, even lives that you do, live streaming and anything, there is not this kind of there's not this kind of way of show. Like, as well, the tour that you did was all financed by you, I think. Like, I think the amount of time you did buy everything yourself, or you did have a booking agency?
No.
Okay, so that's the thing that at least Europe has to know, because that's when someone came in Europe, like, oh, do you know some management? Do you know someone? Do you know that one? And I think from there they start to think, oh, that's snobbish, because it's different. In the United States, you can just go buy some, car, vehicle. Here, you have to fight, at least for arriving in the mainland in Europe. Then you can go whatever. So, but in general, how did you go this US tour? Because I saw it was fun for you, like a lot, with a lot of skating, hunting pools.
Yeah, it was the US tour was amazing. We did Canada first.
Yeah.
From Montreal to Victoria Island. And Canada, we have like a really nice market set up for us. And so really Canada paid for the entire tour, because in the US we didn't do nearly as well in the US because we had never toured the US before.
Yeah.
But that was our second time touring Canada.
Okay.
And Canada did really well for us. Thankfully, which helped us out on the US parts that we didn't do as well as Canada on. There were still some great shows in the US, and they were all fun. But it's just like we had put the work into the market in Canada before, so we saw more of a return, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're doing another 30 days in the US in November.
Oh my God, you don't stop, really?
So, and we're going back to a lot of places that we already played.
Okay.
So, I'm hoping that we can
build a connection and friendships as well, like kind of community there as well.
Yeah, exactly.
But you should try to South America too, because going south?
I honestly thought about that yesterday.
Really?
I
Really?
was like, could I get a Mexico tour?
Not.
Like, yeah, I was just thinking about it.
Or
We got
Colombia?
an offer to play a festival in India, uh, in December.
India, wait, India.
Yeah,
That's amazing.
I just think it's cool that we got offered it all.
Yeah, India.
But I
I
don't
mean,
like. I gotta look for a little further into it to see
yeah.
if we're gonna accept it or not.
The main thing is just okay. We would like to have for them Ethereal tomb in South America, Ethereal tomb in India, in Australia, whatever, New Zealand. But the main thing, because I'm in Europe, I'm in the south. To be honest, I'm an islander, so I'm not literally in Europe. But we would like to bring at least myself and people that I know that listen to your music in Europe. So for people that are
Um,
in Europe,
we wanna get to Europe for sure.
yeah,
Like the US tour that we're doing in November was supposed to be a Europe tour,
Europe, yeah.
but we just like couldn't solidify like
It's not easy because
the right connections, I guess.
yeah, because of course, I think if you do a European tour, just to say as well, if this interview is gonna be CISO from some PR or from some booking agents or something, that's gonna start from a country, of course, that is convenient for you to just move all around the Europe, and it's not gonna be just like one gig and then you come back again, but it's
Yeah.
gonna be whole tour. So just like to say, you are in Europe, you're just playing all around Europe, at least the main countries that you can.
Yeah, at least like I'd like to play at least like 7 to 8 shows if we went to Europe, you know?
Yeah, but even
Like
yes,
we're going all the way over there. We got to make it worth it, you know?
yeah,
So
yeah, of course you
I
can.
think 7 to 8 shows at minimum would be cool.
Yeah, too. So I'm a PR, I'm a whatever from Europe, and I'm just looking at that and then just saying, okay, I'm gonna take a listen to Ethereal too, but I have no fucking idea how they are live. So literally, what any law is. What they can expect except any love for the animals, people from a live, if people, anyone from a live shows of Ethereal too.
Oh, like how would I describe Ethereal Tomb to a
As
prospective
live, yeah,
attendant?
yeah.
Sure. I usually explain it as like usually when someone who doesn't listen to metal asks me, I'm like, "Do you like Black Sabbath?" And they're like, "Yeah, I know Black Sabbath."
Okay.
And I'm like, "Imagine if they smoked bath salts, uh, in
That's okay.
instead of smoking weed." And they're like, "Okay," like, uh, it's kind of like I love Black Sabbath,
And you love
um,
baths.
and I love death metal, and I love like hardcore, and it's
Yeah,
just
yeah.
everything all in one. It's a lot of people are starting to encompass us as like a death metal driven like a
That,
death metal band that's hardcore driven, like 200
okay.
Stab Wounds or Frozen Soul. I
Okay.
don't I don't necessarily like agree with that, but I can certainly see where they're coming from.
Behind the sound, there is a message. Behind the sound, there is a message that anyone can perceive, but there is a message, there is a core, and there is a purpose. So
Yeah.
I think I should focus more on that. I think as well in the live show. It's just are just. I might not be into death metal or whatever, but it's fun. People have fun
Mhm.
coming to your show. I can see people are. They were just patting for over a microphone the other day.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's pretty awesome. I
yeah,
like we've been blessed to we've definitely been very blessed to play a lot of really
yeah,
cool really well attended shows, especially locally. And I definitely would never and have not taken that for granted.
yeah,
Because I never expect it,
yeah,
but I'm always grateful when it happens, I guess. Like, because every time something cool like that happens, I'm
yeah,
like, okay, if this was it, if this was like the
yeah.
peak, I'm happy. Like that was fucking awesome.
Because of course, if you have like too much expectation that something shit happen, like whatever. So just go with the, you know, the basic. You're just gonna play live and see what happens. Just enjoy that, to say that in Europe, you definitely, that's a step that all people in the music scene have to take to bring you here. Or I will come in Canada and bring you all here of you. I don't know who's there, but even all the animal with your girlfriend, bring you here in Europe myself and do a tour from Sicily up, just with a car, you know, like everyone inside the car and just driving up, knocking on
the. Go to Europe?
Just
not go to Europe?
Of course, you go outside. That's the main thing. But like in the, just to before ending, of course, just to leave at least the people with the funniest. You know, this is just a question that you ever already did. You the funniest thing that happened in your last tour, like literally the fucked up things that happened.
The funniest thing that happened last tour. Getting to go to Venice and Santa Monica and skate some like seminal skate history like spots from like the 70s that, like, you know how like you can have a parasocial relationship with someone online? I have like the equivalent to that with like these pieces of concrete. I know. Like I've almost my entire life now like looked at these spots and
and you felt that
and idolized the people who skated them, like as the pioneers of skateboarding. And Jake as well was a big fan of that scene as well, so we got to experience that together, and that was very special. And the photos back in the day that you see of them skating those spots, we had the same camera with the same fisheye shooting film of us skating the same spots, and it was just an incredibly surreal experience.
That's amazing. I mean, I'm happy for all of you to just have experienced only just that. And of course, there will be amazing experience as well in Europe and your upcoming live shows, because the main message we want to send before ending is just Ethereal Tomb is just not just music, noise, it's just more than that. Just get in touch with you is not that complicated, just social, Ethereal Tomb, Instagram, whatever social media, just, and you have your own mail. So all the contacts are there. They can reach you out on Instagram easily. And for the rest, just let's bring this band to Europe. Or really, I have to go to bring the and it's a lot of people, because we have to bring as well the community, so we have to bring all of them. Really.
I'd love to make it over. I'm pretty responsive in the emails and the DMs.
Enjoy your next live shows and enjoy your dog, and greetings to your girlfriend. And next time, put her as well in the interview. I don't mind asking as well some questions.
She's in New Zealand right now.
She's in New Zealand? Next time. So enjoy, and greetings to all the family. And thank you for what you do for the music, Alex. Really, excellent. It's always a pleasure. Have a good rest of the day. Bye-bye.
Bye.